Hey Group J. In this video today, I am going to continue reading Inquiry Inc. and the Case of the Missing Ducklings. But then I'm going to take a little pause and I'm going to show you an experiment that I did on my street outside of my house that you could also probably do near your house or on a street somewhere nearby if you want to. Then I'm going to finish reading the rest of the story so we find out what actually happens to the rest of the missing ducklings. And then at the very, very end, there's a special video that I want you to watch, and it's all about missing ducklings. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about it for right now. I kind of want it to be a surprise. All right? So last week, we read about how Anna and Inquiry Inc. were able to rescue 3 of the 5 ducklings that were stuck in the storm drain. But then they realized that 2 were still left and they had ended up somewhere else. They didn't know where they were. Now, you did a whole bunch of great thinking about where those ducklings might have gone. A lot of you drew pictures and were thinking about how pipes underground are connected to each other and connected to other storm drains. A lot of you thought about how the ducklings might have ended up at a different storm drain, or maybe even floating or swimming all the way to a river or the ocean. So we're going to read one more page right now before I show you my little experiment, okay? And then we'll finish the rest of the book. All right, let's see. The last thing we read last week was Anna saying, I have another question. What happens to the drain when it rains? Where does the water go? And that's what you were thinking about last week, right? So here are Anna and Inquiry Inc. Sylvia says, let's look at all our questions and start brainstorming ideas. Remember, it's okay to say things you're not sure about. Maybe the ducklings flew out, Sylvia wonders out loud. Well, Anna says, thinking about her trip to the library, I don't think they could fly out because I learned from the books I read that little ducklings are too young to fly. That's true. So that means that they still have to be down there somewhere. Things can't just disappear like magic, reasons Lee. Maybe they went in some weird secret underground tunnel, Anna exclaims. Maybe moles used to live down there and dug tunnels in the dirt. Maybe they have a little pirate ship down there, Carlos suggests. The ducklings could have turned into fish, says Lee, and swam away. Swam away? What if this drain leads somewhere else? Asks Anna. Hang on, Lee says. I wonder if the drains connect to each other under the ground. See? Group J, this is what you were thinking. Well, the water has to go somewhere, right? Sylvia points out. Maybe if we can figure out where the water goes, we can figure out where the ducklings went. There's a little kind of question section here that says, think about their ideas, which I know you've already been doing a bit. How would you answer Anna's question? Where does the water go? Where could the ducklings be? So friends, this really got me thinking, and I thought to myself, what if for real some baby ducklings fell into a storm drain on the street outside my house? How could I figure out where they went? So watch this next video to check out the experiment I did. And if you want to, you can do it yourself now or another time.
So I'm wondering, if a duckling or 2 happened to fall into the storm drain outside of my house, where would they go? So I know that water flows downhill, but my street is kind of flat looking. So how do I know which way would be downhill? Well, I'm going to do a little experiment here. I'm going to go out more kind of to the middle of my street and pour some water and see which way it goes, because I know that water only flows downhill. Whichever way it goes should show me which way the ducklings would go. Oh, look at that. I can kind of follow the trail of the water. Yep, I'm starting to see now which way is downhill and which way they would go. Oh, wow, look at that water go. So this means that I need to look for the next storm drain further this way down the street. Okay, I'm going to go find it.
Okay, so we're back to Inquiry Inc. Let's see what happens next. How can we find out where the next drain will be? Asks Carlos. Look at the water running down the street, Anna says. It's going downhill. Huh, just what I did, and maybe what you did. I bet if we follow the water flow, we'll find the next drain, Lee says. All of a sudden, Anna realizes something that makes her very nervous. She grips her books tightly. If it's raining right now, that means that the water will wash the ducklings away. And if the water moves downhill, who knows where they'll end up? Oh no, they all cry. All of a sudden, their problem seems more important than ever. They need to figure out a way to rescue the ducklings as fast as possible. They walk down the sidewalk, looking carefully until they find the next drain. Quack, quack, they hear from below. They try looking down, but it's too dark to see, so Sylvia pulls the flashlight out of her tool belt. Splash! Sylvia's pencil falls through the grate. Oops, she says, shining her flashlight down into the drain. But look, I found both of the missing ducklings. Phew, what a relief, right? Now the ducklings have something to write with, jokes Carlos, pointing at the floating pencil. Sylvia reaches her net down, but this drain is deeper. The net can't reach. Time for Inquiry Inc. to think of a new solution. So friends, if you want to right now, you can try yourselves thinking about what their solution could be if the drain is too deep. Pause the video if you want to think about that. Remember that they have some tools they could use. Okay, let's see what they decide to do. Oh no, Anna says, maybe a firefighter could help us. No, I think we can fix this by ourselves, Lee says. How can we reach the drain now that it's deeper? They wonder. Maybe we can use what we already have, Sylvia suggests. What if we use our net, but make the handle longer? Asks Carlos. We could use a stick to do that, says Anna. I have duct tape, Sylvia cries, pulling a roll out of her tool belt. They find a stick beneath a tree and tape the stick and net together. They lower the new tool down the drain. The net reaches, they cheer. 1, 2. They scoop the ducklings up into their hands. Quack, quack. All of the ducklings are very happy to be back together. The mother leads her babies away, the ducklings waddling in a line behind her. Phew, big relief. Hopefully the mother duckling doesn't walk over any storm drain grates again, Carlos says. I hope so too, says Anna. I wonder what else falls into drains. Why do we even need them? That's a question for another day, Lee says. We have to get back to our tadpoles. Thanks for helping me save the ducklings, Anna says. I'm glad we could solve this problem together, Sylvia responds. I hope we could solve problems with you again soon. Really? I'd love to, says Anna. Yes, anyone who helps is a part of Inquiry Inc. So friends, that's pretty much the end of the story. Now, you can start thinking too about why we need drains in the first place. What other things might fall in a drain? You might even start thinking about is there any way to make a drain that would still work, but without letting bigger things like ducklings fall in? Okay, I want you to start thinking about that because next week there's going to be a really fun, really special assignment about it. Okay, I'm just going to read the one little last page here. Here's Anna back at home, and she's thinking to herself, See the thought bubble? She's thinking, I'm so glad we saved the ducklings, but I wonder where Sylvia's pencil ended up. Okay, see you next time. But wait, don't go anywhere. Remember, there's a special surprise video coming up. Stay tuned. Okay, I want you to watch this video with me of an actual baby duckling rescue. So friends, this is something that really does happen. And you're gonna see a lot of your ideas about how to rescue the ducklings actually happening. And you're also gonna see a little bit about how storm drains are connected underground. Now, I wanna tell you before you watch that you'll hear some kind of like creepy sounding, scary music, like, uh-oh, this might not be okay, but I promise you it's gonna be fine. By the end, the ducklings are fine, and I'll show you the end where they get back to their mama, okay? Here we go.
I'll just get it next and get those things out of there. I think we got this. And it's not like there's going to be a whole lot of tension on this. So cool. So, okay. All right. A really long pole, and maybe actually longer than what we need.
There's one right there over on the other pipe. Oh, you're trying to bring them back this way? There you go. Got a couple of them.
Look at that. In that picture, you could really see how the storm drain is connected to pipes underground.
That worked pretty good. You can drag that out of there pretty quick. There you go. That's it.
Okay, I'm going to fast forward a little bit here because I want you to see this next part about how the different drains are connected to each other.
Well, so far so good, but there may be another one in this other storm drain down here. Oh, yeah, it's right there. Yep.
See, they had to go to another storm drain. Right, they got that one, but watch this. Another one even, in a totally different spot. Oh, there's Mama Duck.
There you go.
Woof. Wow. Okay, I'm going to fast forward a little bit more. Here we go. You've got them in the bucket. They're taking them back to the water. I wonder if they'll find their mama. There they go, safe and sound.
I bet you that's the hen right there.
Yeah, there's the hen. That means a mama duck. Hen is female duck. There they are. Safe
As soon
and
as I let those
sound.
things go, the hen come cry.
Pretty amazing, right?